Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Dyson Sphere Program with Lone Debater 7, and today we're going to be taking a look at setting up some chemical plant madness. That's right, we finally got our armor customized out, green, black, gray, and purple, kind of our colors, yeah? I think it looks okay, right? Yeah. Take it from the back, from the front, cool. So, in between episodes, I have been a little bit busy, as you can see by the madness going on here. I decided that in order to keep progressing, we needed to get some better oil set up because we need plastic, we needed sulfuric acid, all those things take a lot of refined oil. So I came over here and set up a new oil refinery, more or less. So we've got 8 plus 6, like 14 base refineries running your basic hydrogen and refined oil recipe. All that hydrogen and refined oil with a little bit of coal is being passed into this array of 16 refineries that take our refined oil, hydrogen, and coal and convert it into more refined oil. Because for plastic, sulfuric acid, and then organic crystals, all of that takes a bunch of refined oil. So we've got refined oil kind of coming out here. It's not really keeping up, if I'm being honest. Like, we're barely running these sulfuric acid machines over here, and we're not running them full tilt because they run out of refined oil at the end, but that's fine. We've got about 8,000 sulfuric acid stored up. That's great. We're going to need that in just a minute. And then over on the plastic side, we've got some boxes full of plastic. So those are starting to fill up. These will fill up eventually. I could even go... Oh, I can't do any more height. That's fine. So anyway, we built out this part. Little oil refining facility. We also have some energetic graphite and some water being generated to get our sulfuric acid, and we're tapping a little bit of stone from right here to generate that acid. So this is kind of what I've done since last time. I did expand the building bus a little bit. We can kind of fly over there. What do I have in my inventory? I guess we're okay. We could pick up some more fast belts. So let me kind of show you what we've done. We've expanded a few things. So we've got... How many chem plants do I... Okay, I'm good on chem plants. I might want some more oil refineries, though. But I went ahead and automated fast belts because fast belts are good. We use quite a bit of those, honestly. I do have sorter Mark IIs and sorter Mark IIIs being automatically generated as well. Just a little bit. We've got green engines buffered in this box. That's kind of running all of this over here. Then if we fly down, just gonna grab refineries while we're here because I need some more of those. Likely, I'm probably gonna build more oil. I also added on to our bus. We're now building microcrystalline components, processors, battlefield analysis base, the little fidget spinners, the hats, some thrusters, some drones, and then ultimately we're going to build these planetary logistics stations is our goal. That's kind of what pushed me into getting the oil set up. I know I have to go off planet to get the titanium, but to get particle containers, I need to set up graphene, which requires that sulfuric acid. So we're going to finish doing all the oil stuff in this episode, I think. And then next time, we're probably going to fly to the other planet to go get us some titanium, rather. Let me actually, on our silicon, this hat is requesting silicon from over where we're making it on the planet. It's just a little bit out of range is our issue. Why has this stopped? Because we are full up of hydrogen. Yay. We'll throw on another container. So this can keep making us refined oil because we need refined oil to run these in order to get our energetic graphene for red science. Now, granted, we've kind of stalled on science. I think I've researched basically everything that takes the reds. Can just take a quick peek in here. The only thing that we maybe are missing is the actual yellow science research. Oh, and I guess high explosive shells. Sure. We can get those. Let's go into the upgrades and see, do we have anything fun in here? We can keep time passing. I don't care about that. Those... Oh, we can do this one. We can do this one. That's kind of it. I mean, we could do, like... Oh, we can do more vertical construction. That actually would be good. Cargo stacking doesn't matter. I got the first distribution range. It wasn't enough, so that's fine. We have to get yellow in order to make that a little better. I think all the damages are maxed. I've basically gone through and queued up most of the red and blue research, so we really do need to push for yellow science, or cubes, sooner rather than later. We could get enhanced structure, so okay, fine. We filled up our queue, that's good enough. Let's grab some silicon out of this bad mama. Come on, grab the box, thank you. And then we'll carry the rest in our hand, because Icarus has big hands. I mean, granted, he's only carrying like 100 right now, but you can actually infinite stack on this carry. The only trade-off is if you click on anything, you will drop all the stuff in your material, so you want to go straight to a box and stick it in. There we go. Manually moving our silicon is not ideal, but that's kind of what we're forced to do at this point so we can keep these processors being made. I do have a little buffer of microcrystalline, and eventually we'll have a buffer of processors, which are buffering now since we aren't running any of these machines at the moment. Now, if I were to pull out these fidget spinners, we would start burning through all of our processors, so I'm not going to do that. All right, that's enough of what we've done since last time. Let's fly back over to our oil refinery area and see if we can't get our organic crystals and graphene set up. I'd like to do that so we are ready for yellow science. So I did also come over here, expand out some power. I don't know if I did that last time or not, but whatever. We expanded our power on our thermals. Actually, I could probably upgrade this belt just to make sure that these guys get their fuel. We've got more than enough. I also set up this diamond smelter to store into this box, and you know what? We're gonna let this run, so let's throw another little box. So yellow cubes, in case you're new to the game, basically what they take is diamonds and titanium crystals. Now, we can't do titanium crystals until we go gather titanium. Diamonds is just smelting energetic graphene into diamonds, so that's pretty easy. We got that set up already. So we've got that ready to go. Ultimately, we're going to put another set of labs right here. I did, since I unlocked the vertical construction, expand these to sets of 15. So we have 15 making each type of science and 15 burning the science to do our research. So it's slightly faster. It's fine. Not a big deal. But we will do the same thing. We'll have 15 labs making yellow science ultimately. So we're going to use these diamonds. And then ultimately we're going to use titanium crystals as well. Now, as you can see, we've got this issue with refined oil right here. This actually doesn't need to go past here. So we will just break that real quick. And I will drop this refined oil into our tank because we can't keep up with it anyway. Oh, annoying. Makes you actually click. Fun. Okay, so this refined oil kind of keeps up with our sulfuric acid, which is the main thing I was concerned about getting set up. It also kind of keeps up with our plastic, the other main thing I was concerned about getting set up. But we really do need quite a bit more refined oil being generated, so I should gather some more oil. There is an oil node up here that we'll probably tap. Might as well. It's on the pole, so like, not ideal, but it's fine. We can do that anyway. Also build one here. And then I do need some power poles, so we'll put a basic pole right there. Then we're gonna use the fancy poles that charge you to kind of connect this into our overarching power network. Throw another one right there. That's out of range. Because we need refined oil for organic crystals as well. And they also take plastic. So we need to make sure that our plastic build is running. And then we need even more refined oil than that to get everything else going. So, yeah, we need more oil. I know. I did a lot of this building off cam just because it seemed pretty repetitive and not too complicated. But you'll get to see a little bit here on how I was putting these refineries together. Do I have a BAB? I do. Let's just build that so it can help build this belt. Probably come pick this up in a little bit. We're just going to run our oil straight on up through the pole. Bring this guy into there. Then we're probably going to want to upgrade these to tier 2. And then keep running it. It probably would be fine on tier 1. Let's be honest. It'd probably be fine. So, you know what? Let's just run it tier 1. These only generate like a few per second anyway. So, it should not be too crazy for us to just kind of let this guy do its thing. Put down another one of those. So, in case you're new to Dark Fog, which you may be if you're watching this episode, the BABs, these guys, they have 12 drones inside, so they can help speed up your building by, like, quite a bit. So it is worth putting those down. Now, I realized when I was building this, or, like, as I was building this, that we are, like, way close to the pole, which makes our grid and stuff like that super strange to kind of build around. Stuff doesn't fit the way it normally would fit if we were further away from the pole. But that's okay. I'm not too worried about it, honestly. And I think we'll do some refineries right here, actually. This should work just fine. So instead of doing our old design of putting our refineries in, like, this orientation with the belts going out, I'm just running them side by side. I find that it works a little bit better. You use slightly less belts, belts, and it makes it a little bit easier to actually configure. So we'll show you how you do this. So we're gonna go ahead and put the oil in, and oil in. I'm gonna do these manually because I don't think the drag and copy sorter thing is gonna work super great on the poles. It hasn't on the rest of the builds that I've been doing out here. So we're just gonna kind of manually set these up. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, we're gonna need to put power and everything as well. But basically what you do is you have your oil go through the middle, you bring your hydrogen and refined oil out, and this is what I'm talking about. See how this kind of like juts in weirdly? That is because we're up at the pole, so the cubes get bigger when we come down, meaning like the grids get bigger as we come down. So can I get you to click there and then come in? In. So there's 2 lines. Then I need to do it on the other side as well. If I was down in a more standard grid location, then I could look at trying to build this with 3 belts in the middle, as opposed to 1 belt in the middle and 2 on either side. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. We've got plenty of belts. They're automatically built for us, so I'm not too concerned about it. So we're going to do this. And we want some fluid storage, so we're going to set like refined oil and hydrogen. And what we're going to do here, I think we're going to have the interior belt be hydrogen, which we're not super using, I guess is the way to say that. I'd really like to bring this over, so we'll just chop that out, go out of tile, go over, then we can across the front like this, and yeah, I guess we'll put it in this side. That's fine. I think we are going to do something similar where we take the outputs of these guys and then use it with a little bit of coal to get more refined oil, because it really is refined oil that we're looking for. So refined oil, hydrogen, refined oil, hydrogen, refined oil. Yeah, I know. This is not the most efficient way to be setting this up as far as like placing the sorters is concerned, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. We'll get it done. It looks like part of this belt is not connected, apparently. There we go. Connect that, please. And I also need to, power all these refineries. But hopefully this will help us a little bit on the refined oil, question mark. Really, I should probably, after converting this into just refined oil, feed this into our big tower that is feeding our sulfuric acid and plastic, because our plastic needs more refined oil as well. And, I mean, our sulfuric is kind of running. It's just not running perfectly, I guess you could say. It'd be better if it was running with a little bit more whatchamacallit, a little bit more refined oil on the line. It takes a lot, unfortunately. So we are going to set this to the basic oil refining recipe. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Oh, we're out of range. Of course we are. Crazy. So what is that? That's 10 of these? We've got 10 of them? That might be okay. Well, it's a start anyhow. So this is making us hydrogen and refined oil. Now what I need to do is grab a little bit of coal, which we've got right here. And in fact, I am splitting this already. So we might be able to just pop this bad mama out like that. Yeah, that'll work. Then we're going to bring this down to ground level and land at the same time, apparently. Now, what might be ideal is to try to stick our second phase of refining right next to this phase and kind of just call it a day. So I think we are going to try to do that. Sure. So how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be a 1-to-1 ratio is what I've calculated. It should be a 1-to-1 ratio. So we have 10 refineries doing the basic recipe. We should be able to support 10 refineries doing the refined oil recipe and have a good day, right? Now, whether or not that is actually the case, yeah, well, you know, I think it depends a little bit on, like, belt speed and stuff like that. But that's all right. Not a big deal. We're going to set up all 5 of these anyway, and we'll do another 5 on the other side of this set of 3 belts that we're going to put in. I do need a power pool, like, right there. Sure. So our refined oil is the only product out of here. So we've got refined oil coming out. That's fine. Is this hydrogen filling up? It is a little bit. Refined oil definitely is not. Because, yeah, that's why we're adding this. So I guess we will just run the hydrogen and refined oil from this refinery over to here. And kind of just bring it up the middle. Sure. And then we need to bring in refined oil. Really, I should have put this one inside the hydrogen, but that's fine. We'll just cross the belts and make some spaghetti, because spaghetti is good, right? I mean, I like spaghetti. Hopefully you like spaghetti. If you like spaghetti, drop a comment down below. Okay, let's set up the sorters to get this stuff in. So we need coal, we need hydrogen, we need refined oil. That's not where I want that sorter. We're going to keep this pattern, question mark, hopefully. That's what I want to do, anyway. So that's what we're going to set it up to be, and call it a day. Now, this outside edge of this belt is going to be a little bit weird on the refinery placement, because the grid size is smaller. So we can kind of show you what we mean by that. Let's finish building the refined oil belt so we can at least get this running. Okay. Let's build some more refineries. And I can't really place it there because there's not enough room. So I need to start the line here. 3, 4, 5. Is that going to work? Can I actually get the sorters in? Well, we'll find out. Let's see if these sorters will work. Cooperate. So, yeah, that'll work. Great. Can I shift and copy this? Oh, I totally can. Great. Fantastic. We'll do that. And then I just need to copy this recipe, put it into these bad mamas. Then I need a belt. Take our refined oil out. And I guess we probably can just, like, feed it into this line. This line has got space on it for sure. So we'll do that. Ooh, we're starting to hit power issues. Kind of makes sense. I will use a fast sorter on the output, just because we are generating 3 refined oil every process, so using the fast sorter ensures that we get all of it out immediately, is kind of the thinking there. There we go. That should be good on power. Now, we definitely need to expand our power generation, is what it's looking like. That's why we got the little flashing lightning bolts. So, oh, well, that's because these guys stopped. all of these guys stop. What is going on? That is not a great thing. Maybe we should chop our diamonds for a minute. Get this power back up and running. Yeah, that is a big issue. So we are consuming more than what we'd be generating with this anyway. So I should actually tap some more coal. Actually, this is all coal right here too. You know what? Let's build a little bit more power because that is going to be a problem for us. So I'm just going to build a line of 6 smelters. By hitting tab, I can get that spacing that you see here. And in theory, each one of these lines should be able to support all 12 of these, is kind of the concept. So we'll set this recipe to graphite. And what I can do is, where do I want to build the actual plants? I guess we can fill in some of this. Should be okay. Bring this up like that, and maybe... Actually, we could maybe run it like this. That'll work. We'll just put them on the end. So power gen, we've got plenty of thermal plants. Okay, yeah, I need to land though. There we go. Okay, should be enough room. Should be. And I think we will do. I think it's 20 is the max that we can support here. So 8, 12, 16, and 20. Okay. Cool. And then what I'm going to do on this, we're going to copy this recipe over here. We're going to set up the sorters for these, and then we can copy and paste them the rest of the line. So I can take this and drag it and hit tab. Maybe not. Okay. Sure. Why don't you want to go in? There we go. Okay. Weird. Normally that works pretty well. Oh, maybe I have to start it on the thing? Yeah, I have to start it on the thing. That's fine. So we'll put in some power, some power, some power. And then we need to set up the sorters to actually fuel these power plants. And I think we will use 2 tier 2 sorters at the front. Yeah, that should be okay. And then I can just use... Oh, I do need to extend this belt one more. Do that. And then I can maybe use just a single tier 2 to push it up the line. We'll see if that's sufficient to fully power all of these. Should be, I would think. I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose. But we definitely need this array of thermal generators making us some more power in order to support our refinery operations that we want to have. So, okay, these are running. It's going to do its thing. It's going to take a little bit of time to buffer up, but that's not the end of the world. Have these kind of started to catch up? Sort of? Not really? Maybe? Would it help if I upgraded this belt? Maybe. That belt is upgraded, so this one is kind of doing its thing. It just isn't quite getting to the end, is what the problem is. We don't quite have enough generation of energetic graphite to fuel this, is what it looks like to me. This is ammo. I don't care about ammo. Let's see. I guess what we could do, this line is full, so I could, like, side load it. Maybe that'll help. It clears this belt, but these are all running already, so it should be able to push the little bit of excess down into here and maybe fix our power on that side. How are we sitting? We're still not sitting great on power. These guys are still spooling up, is basically what that is about. Odd. Okay, so this does take more than what we're giving it. So we'll upgrade this part to a fast belt. That should fill the whole line, in theory. I'll maybe upgrade this piece as well, just so it can side load a little bit faster and kind of make it all the way down. Cool. That is something. And will this run all the... It should run all these. I feel like. I don't know. I'm gonna upgrade this line. Why not? Yeah, okay. So it's starting to hit these. Okay. I kind of like want to walk away from this problem because this is not really what I want to be working on in this episode. I wanted to do oil stuff because oil stuff is fun. But okay. So this coal line is now looking a lot better. Hopefully as these smelters run, they will start filling this up. So our grid load's getting a little better. That's probably because more of these are turning on. Well, I say that. Fly over. Over half of this array is not on. Why is that? Do we just not have enough coming in? Like, what would happen? Like, maybe I can add some smelters right here. Sure. We'll just max this out and put in a little bit more energetic graphite, I suppose. And hopefully that solves our issue. I don't know if it will or not, but we got to do something. Because power is something that I'm worried about right now. If we don't have enough power to run the refineries, which are quite power intensive, we're not going to be generating the refined oil that we need to even see if we have a balanced system. And I kind of want to know if the system is balanced out or not, is kind of what my point is in trying to do this. So we'll speed this up to a fast belt. It looks like the coal is getting to the end, so that should be sufficient. This guy, coal's not quite reaching the end. I could do the same with this and kind of like, can I not? There we go. Okay, I was gonna say I should be able to squeeze that in there. We'll just fill this in like that, and this belt should be upgraded to a fast one. There we go. That maybe will fix our woes to a certain extent. I don't know. We just need more energetic graphene is the main problem. So this line's trying to keep up. This line is keeping up, so that's a good thing. Let's see. So we are splitting this one to go both directions. I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. Yeah, because basically we have two feeding this one, two feeding this one, and then the third one feeding half and half. And then technically we are trying to build diamonds here as well. We are full up on our buffer, so I'm okay leaving this shut off for right now. Ultimately, we're going to need to replace this power with something else. I know it might make sense to try to automate solar panels and do something like that, but that takes quite a bit of silicon, so I kind of want to wait. So our refined oil is getting to our plastic now. It is coming through here and getting to this piece. And what I can do, just with the excess that we have, is I can actually connect it in like that. And happy days. We're going to chop these belts down to where to the appropriate length. No reason to have extra long belts, I guess, is kind of what the purpose of that is. So now we've got this running. This is upgraded to tier 2. So that is going as fast as it can. Like, can I put this refined oil in somewhere else? I probably can run this line into this line, is the way to do that. So let's go ahead and rebalance like that. Yeah, so now this line is full, but we are getting the oil out of these 10 as well. So I think that's a little bit better as far as the balance is concerned. It's not perfect, but we are starting to build up a little bit of refined oil. So that is excellent. That's what I want to see, is a little bit of refined oil building up in this box. That means that I can now take a look at trying to set up our graphene and organic crystals. So graphene is going to take sulfuric acid and energetic graphite, so that's pretty easy. And then organic crystals takes water, refined oil, and plastic. So I need this refined oil for our organic crystals, and likely what I'm going to do for that is just split this line that's feeding our plastic. So let's just land. We don't have to be flying for the whole episode. I get bad about that. Once I unlock flight, I am like always flying is basically what ends up happening. I'd love to put it like right there. Okay. Well, we can maybe use one of these, and that'll work just as well. So put this guy in there, bring it out the bottom, run it over like that. So we need refined oil. We also need water, which I have water over by sulfuric acid that's just stacking. I don't know if I want to run another gigantic belt over here, though. And really, we don't need that much water, so I'm just going to build a couple of pumps, and we'll set it up off on the coast over there. So let's see. Our splitter's here. If I bring this out at height 1, kind of do want it to run this way and kind of come out to like there and come down to, well, actually, I don't know if I want it there or not. Let's place down our chem plants and kind of see how this is going to look. So I need a tile of space. Yeah, that refined oil needs to go out a little further, and that's fine. Not the end of the world. We can extend the belt. Easy enough. So I need a tile there so I can put the output belt like along this piece. And let's go ahead and get our organic crystals. So the reason why we need these, the recipe for titanium crystals is organic crystals and titanium, right? So this will be the organic crystal component, and then we need to go off-world in order to get the titanium component, which we're going to do next time is likely what's going to happen, just because we are pushing, like, this episode is going to be long as is. So let's try to build this here. And then can I come down to ground level in time? Yeah, I totally can. Perfect. We'll just run this refined oil out like this. And let's see. So you need refined oil, you need plastic, and you need water. So let's grab the refined oil here, and we'll just put it on the last one. Sure. Doesn't really matter which port they go into. I just like trying to use the same port for all the machines to keep it semi-consistent. I don't know. Not a big deal. We're going to bring this guy out, and we're going to do similar to what we did with the plastic and throw it into a splitter and then some storage boxes so we can buffer it while we are waiting to go grab our titanium, or while we are generating the titanium, we can buffer this stuff. So I do need a line of plastic coming in like right here, going down like that. And I don't know if I want to double this build or not. Like 5 may be sufficient. This is all temporary for the most part. Eventually, when we like leave the solar system and stuff, we can mine sulfuric acid, right? Like we don't have to actually make it anymore. We can just mine it with a water pump or a fluid pump, whatever they want to call themselves. Water pump is actually what they're called. So we can just like mine it, which is quite a bit better in my opinion. Come on, give me the fluid storage. I just want a fluid storage. And we're going to push you like right there. And this is just going to hold a small buffer of water. Like this is probably generating way more water than we will ever need for organic crystals. But we can buffer it. That way, if we decide to expand the facility at some point, we totally can. So there we go. How much is this making? Not a lot because we are still stressed on power. Yeah, we're totally stressed on power. That's not ideal, but that's fine. Now, with that being said, I actually am going to move this. Break it here. That was not a good break. Okay. Yeah, we're going to bring the storage over here. That way, if I want to put more facilities making organic crystals, I can. Is kind of the thought process on that. Because I need my water to come down like this and then run up this direction. And it probably can stop like right there. Maybe one tile shorter. Let's go ahead and get this in, and we can kind of just start this recipe. I didn't pay attention to what the actual rate is on producing this stuff, but I don't think it's super fast. Yeah, like this is a 6-second recipe, so with 5 of them, we're almost getting 1 a second. So really, I should probably add at least 1 more. Really, building this at a scale of 12 facilities would maybe make the most sense, but that's all right. We'll maybe 4 or 5. We'll just do 10. We'll just do 10. Call it a day. and that'll be fine. Then we can go get our graphene set up. Is that the right tile? This also needs to go in there. And yeah, that's doing its thing. Yeah, we haven't... Oh, I don't actually have output sorters. I was going to say, we haven't even built one yet. Lame. No, we totally have built some. They just are not being put out on the belt because I forgot to put a sorter in. That happens sometimes, so be sure to check your sorters. Quite important, actually. Alright, paste these recipes. I need some power poles. Just making our power woes even worse, right? But that's okay. Let's see. Now, refined oil is going to be the tricky one, I feel like. Actually, that was not too bad. Yeah. We just kind of have to stick these in a way that's going to work for us, given the other side of the line. But it looks like we can support this all the way, so I'm actually not too concerned about it. It should be pretty easy to get going. Cool. So now we've got 10 of those making organic crystals for us. Those are going to buffer. Last thing I want to do is set up some... whatchamacallit? The graphene, which is going to take sulfuric acid and energetic graphite. Now, I've got a ton of energetic graphite. Or, well, not a ton, but I have quite a bit of energetic graphite going in to run our plastic build. I am going to actually speed up this refined oil line into the plastic build because, yeah, might as well. Just to make sure all these plastic machines are constantly running. I do want them constantly running. That's kind of the concept. These will buffer up eventually and stop running, which will be great. But in the meantime, I want them running full kilter. Let's see. Ultimately, I should probably build our graphene up in this area because that's where our sulfuric acid is. So I think I am just going to throw a splitter in, like right here, and let's throw in some power stuff, and we can get rid of some water stuff and clean up the litter. And we'll throw a sorter in, and sure, it can go right there. Why not? Put you in, put you in. Cool. Now, we're going to drag this line, and it is going to have to go up at height 1 because there's a power pole in the way. Wouldn't you know it? Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. We can run at height 1, and actually this makes this portion a little bit easier to affect. That's not a great place. So we'll actually bring it off like this. And let's see, it's only a 2 recipe one, so that should be pretty easy to set up. And we'll maybe even run the output belt in the center. So let's see. Of course, I got a stone line there, so it needs to go up a little bit further. If I do, what is the recipe time on this actually? I don't remember. It is a 3-second recipe, so let's actually just do 6 to start out with. I don't need to do this at scale right now. Like I have said a couple times, this is likely going to get relocated somewhere else in the, once we have interstellar logistics and stuff like that unlocked. So, yeah, I think I can squeeze it there. I totally can squeeze it there. And we just want to make sure there are 3 tiles, so there's enough room for 3 belts. So we can go input. That's not enough room. I need to move it over 1 more. Input, input, and then break these and do an output. And then one of those inputs is going to be sulfuric acid. So that can go in like that. Next is going to be energetic graphite, which can go in like this. Let's set up these sorters as well, I suppose. Just so we've got a pattern to work with. In. Actually, I do not like that. We are going to set you to graphite, and then we're going to copy and paste this. Boom. I do need power, so we'll throw a power pole like there and there. Gets everything. Cool. So there's that. And then basically what we're going to do is set up another 3 on the other side. Now, if I set it up here, it actually can grab everything, so that'll work. Let's go ahead and set up our sorters. So I need sulfuric acid, energetic graphite, and an output. And then we're going to make this graphite, or graphene. I think it's graphene, actually. And set that up. And then we're going to throw in some power poles. Boom. Okay, so now we've got graphene set up. Cool. We're going to use the same splitter with a couple boxes to buffer it. We end up using quite a bit of graphene, or like it's used for a lot of different things, I guess is maybe the better way to say that. But this should be an okay start, and we could easily expand this as well, right? And in fact, how many chem plants do I have? I have another 26, so let's just expand this now. Why not? We'll make it a 12 build, so build with 12 total facilities, so 6 on either side. That's probably about enough room. 3. Another 3. Oh, since the belts weren't built. That is the annoying thing about the drag, is since the belts weren't built, it like doesn't put in the sorters. Did this get all the sorters? It did. Okay. So do that. Do that thing. And then chop. This one can actually chop in right there. Boom. And then this guy outputs there, so boom. Okay, grab our belts. And let's throw in some power poles. Make everything happy. Cool. Where is that trying to go? Oh, I did chop that belt too short. My mistake. Sorry, Mr. Sorter. There you go. Okay, cool. So that is an okay build. It's not great. We probably need to throw more energetic graphite into the system, is what the issue is going to be, because we are splitting it, right? So this side's full, but this side definitely is not. If I upgrade the input belt on that, does that fix our problem? Maybe is the answer to that. But I think we will probably wrap it up here for today. So we showed you kind of how we expanded our oil refining, showed off our sulfuric acid build. We set up a graphene build. We set up an organic crystal build. We also have diamond set up over here. So we are just about ready to get our yellow cubes. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and put the research in. That's how I feel. Send it, fam. Send it. So anyway, guys, this has been our episode today. A lot of chemical plant automation being set up in preparation for yellow science, yellow cubes. Next time, we're going to fly to another planet and go grab our titanium, so we can actually set up yellow science, yellow cubes, and then get some interstellar logistics researched and set up so we can automate bringing the titanium into this planet. And we'll also try to set up silicon at the same time. But guys, we're going to call it here for today. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya!